Last weekend, we celebrated Mother's Day, and it's such a joyful experience. For me personally, it has been the greatest honor and privilege of my life to have been able to be a mother to my two extraordinary and amazing magical daughters. And so today I am introducing this particular resolution because I firmly believe that it is important to remember that pregnancy is a private and personal decision, and that for 50 years, that decision has been respected, and it was as a result of extraordinary work, struggles, activism, fighting and battles of so many people that led us to the decision 50 years ago, which also brought a lot of peace and comfort, particularly to low-income women, but really all women that would then, before that, had to seek these types of care, access to abortion in back alleys. Many of them died. For many of them, it meant not being able to realize extraordinary potentials that existed for many others. Let's not be confused that it is not lost on me that I'm the only woman serving on this body. The reality is the struggle of women all over the world continues. And we see, of course, that access to education in so many countries is not accessible to women. During this Mother's Day weekend, my aunt and I were having a conversation via WhatsApp. She's in Venezuela. And we were reminiscing on the fact that my grandmother had one brother, and he was sent to school back in that time. And when her parents passed away, he took everything, sending her into a life of poverty. The parents were very wealthy. They had a lot of land. But the daughters were not sent to school. It just wasn't something that they did back in that time. My grandmother passed away at age 96 in 2015. However, she is the reason I'm standing here, because she was the most extraordinarily brilliant woman I have ever had the privilege of knowing. And she instilled in me and she gave to me an amazing sense of strength and generosity. And so this is why today I think it is important to come together to affirm our commitment, a commitment that is not just symbolic, but that hopefully we'll learn at 12:30. The county executive has shared that he is prepared to send over a supplemental request to strengthen the work of so many organizations here in our county that provide access to safe and legal abortions and reproductive health. And so I just want to read the resolution. We've done a lot of proclamations today. The resolution. And it is resolution supporting the preservation of abortion rights under Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade is a landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision that protects a pregnant individual's unequivocal right under the U.S. Constitution to choose to have an abortion prior to viability and to make healthcare decisions throughout pregnancy without undue government interference. Under the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment, an individual has a right to privacy, including in healthcare decisions and access to abortion health. Roe v. Wade is consistent with legal precedent, including Griswold versus Connecticut 1965, the year I was born, and Eisenstadt versus Bayer 1972, and has been repeatedly reaffirmed by the U.S. Supreme Court, including in Obergefell and Hodges versus Hodges 2015. For nearly 5 decades, the constitutional right to an abortion has been consistently under attack, with some states enacting dangerous restrictions that make getting an abortion nearly impossible for many. According to the Guttmacher Institute, 26 states across the United States are certain or likely to ban abortions if Roe v. Wade is overturned, and 22 states have already laws or constitutional amendments in place that would ban abortions as soon as possible. Health clinics close, and healthcare services disappear in states with laws restricting the right to choose. And individuals with low incomes and Black, Indigenous, and people of color, BIPOC communities are disproportionately impacted by restricting access to abortion care. The Harvard School of Public Health reports that restricting abortion access has negative implications and does not result in fewer abortions. Instead, abortion restrictions compel individuals to risk their health and their lives in seeking unsafe abortions. A 2021 research article published by Duke University Press estimated that banning abortions in the United States would lead to a 21% increase in the number of pregnancy-related deaths overall and a 33% increase in pregnancy-related deaths among Black women. The recently leaked draft U.S. Supreme Court opinion indicates that the High Court is prepared to end one's constitutional right to an abortion established under Roe v. Wade. In contrast, during the 2022 Maryland General Assembly session, state lawmakers voted to enact the Abortion Care Access Act, House Bill 937, which expands who can perform abortions by allowing health practitioners, including nurse practitioners, midwives, and physician's assistants, to perform the procedure. The law also requires the state government to contract with an organization to develop abortion care training programs at 2 community sites. The goal of the new law is to expand the number of healthcare professionals with abortion care training and to increase the racial and ethnic diversity of healthcare professionals with abortion care training. Here's the action. The County Council for Montgomery County, Maryland, approves the following resolution. The council recognizes access to a safe and legal abortion as a fundamental human right. The council believes that a supportive legal framework for abortion care is critical and supports access for everyone who seeks the service. The council fully supports efforts to ensure that all individuals can access comprehensive, unbiased information and make their own health care decisions related to their bodies, promote preventative health care services, ensure that all residents have access to comprehensive, affordable health care that includes pregnancy-related care, prenatal care, miscarriage management, family planning services, abortion care, labor and delivery services, and postnatal care, and improve access to reproductive health care, regardless of the state where an individual lives or seeks care. The council urges the U.S. Supreme Court to maintain the fundamental rights provided under Roe v. Wade and urges the U.S. Congress to enact a law to make abortions legal across the nation. The council will work with federal and state lawmakers to advocate for an individual's right to choose and make their own health care decisions in Montgomery County, Maryland. The council is committed to ensuring that healthcare organizations that provide reproductive health services have the appropriate supports and capacity to safeguard reproductive rights in our communities. This is a correct copy of the council action, and it will be signed, of course, by the clerk. So with that, colleagues, this is a resolution, again, to affirm our support of a law in a protection that has been in place for over 50 years, and also to make sure that we are prepared in the event that many other individuals have to seek this kind of support here in our county and in our state. Thank you so much.